to show you guys what I think is the best car phone mount for the Porsche Cayenne. It's actually going to be a combination of two products. So I bought two different mounts actually, and I'm going to combine them into one, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the first piece here is from a company called Rennline. It is a small metal bracket that comes with a ball head. So it's proprietary made. It's actually going to fit in this dash space over here between the radio and the vent. We're going to take this vent out. We're going to put it in here. And on top of that is a ball mount that sits in this hole here. So it basically looks like this and then sits in here. And what they sell it with is a little piece that sits on the ball head, and it has a magnet in it. If your phone is magnetic enough, metal enough, you can pretty much just slap it on and off you go. If your phone is not very metal, they sell you a stick-on magnet that will stick onto the back of your phone case, and in turn then will work very well with the piece that sits on the bracket. I'm going to kick it up a notch and use another holder from a company called iOttie. They make a car phone mount kit, this one here, that is cute in that it's a wireless charging unit. So I have a Galaxy S7 and that supports wireless charging. My wife has an S5 or F6 with a little adapter plate in the back to do wireless charging. So in the end, we both have wireless charging phones. We'd like to preserve that. Putting a magnet on it doesn't really help. So what we decided to do was we're going to combine this kit and the Porsche specific Rennline mount and turn it into the super kit. And this is possible because both of these actually use a 17mm ball mount. So the Rennline ball is 17mm, and the iOttie kit to this piece right here, there's a 17mm ball that connects this piece, the cradle, to this piece over here. So we're basically we're buying this $50 kit for the wireless charging. We're going to throw this part away. We're going to put the 17mm ball in here, and we are going to come up with one kit that is proprietary made for us. So the first step in install of this kit is going to be to remove this this vent. I actually did another video on this, as I had a broken vent on this side when I bought the car. But basically, we're going to remove this vent. There's going to be two screws over here that we're going to take out, and we're going to screw that bracket in. And then from there, we will move forward and attach the iOttie kit.
I'm going to speed this up a little bit here. I just use really a Tecton pick to pop the 4 clamps on the vent mount, and then used a Torx socket. I think it was 10mm. Not 100% certain, to take out the 2 bolts on the radio.
Before I actually put this in there, you can see that the ball mount from the iOttie and the ball mount for the Rennline are the same size.
The install here is really just the reverse. You just tighten those bolts back up. When you do it, keep some pressure on the ball and keep pressure on the bracket. Push it towards the radio so that the ball head is as far left as you can get it. Then it's pretty much just put the Porsche vent back in. It's pretty durable. Those clips there are metal, and the receptor side on the Porsche itself is all metal, so you see me kind of beating it on a little bit, but that's all right.
All right, got that installed. There was a little small plastic piece you take out here, probably save it, but it doesn't really seem to do much of anything. And the iOttie piece goes on here.
Down in the passenger side kickwell, there is actually a cigarette lighter adapter. So I'm just fishing the wire here, trying to get it around the glove box door, keep it in a way that will stay out of the way of the door, and just kind of, there's a seam in there that I was kind of just jamming it into and kind of working my way back and forth to try to keep it out of the way as best as I can. All right, we're going to try this out here for the first time. The way this iOttie mount works is you squeeze those 2 fingers on the bottom there, and it opens up the arms, and those arms hold the phone itself. And there's a button in the back that, so when you push the phone back, the other arms kind of slam down and keep it tight. Overall, definitely holds the phone really tight. Being a wireless charger, I actually had to make some vertical adjustments here, and this is because this is a Qi charger. There's a little coil in the back on the iOttie side, and there's a matching coil on the phone. So sometimes you have to do a little bit of vertical adjustment to get those 2 coils to line up. But that's okay, because once you take the phone out, there's a little set of fingers on the bottom, holds the phone in the same place. The next time you put it in, it works fine. Overall, I think this is pretty good value. The Rennline bracket is $45, and when you look at it and say, oh, this is $2 worth of metal, you kind of feel a little bit ripped off. But you're paying for the engineering here. You're not really paying for the metal. This type of pricing is not uncommon for custom floor mats, custom other phone mounts, things like that. Also really like the iOttie mount. If you don't have a wireless charger, they do make one that doesn't have the Qi part. I think it's closer to $25. Or if you really wanted to keep things streamlined and your phone is really metal, or you don't mind gluing that little sticker to the back, the circle part that came with the Rennline mount was pretty nice as far as how it blocked the screen less if you weren't going to use your phone all the time. I figured I was going to use my phone most of the time, and I really wanted the wireless charging, so I went with the iOttie pair. And I put some links in the description to all of this. Well, we've been using it for a few weeks after we shot this video. Really like it. One other final point that I noticed while I was editing this video, when you're watching with the camera sitting here, it does look like the visibility to the radio is pretty restricted. It's not really a problem for the driver. You can certainly see the radio fine. You can see a couple seconds earlier in the video I was playing with the buttons from the driver's side. If your passenger likes to play with the radio a lot, they do have a little bit of a blocked visibility. The phone is in a little way, but mostly I use my phone GPS, so it's not a big deal for me. And I often stream audio from Pandora into the car. But if your passenger wants to use the radio a lot, that may be the only downside, but that's really a downside of all these mounts. Just wanted to leave that with you guys as a final parting thought.